Good morning. Well, the boys have just taken Bear and Elsa out for their walk. I'm sat with Batty and wanted to give you a bit of a catch up. I always have all these great ideas of what to say to you, and then I get the camera and press record, and then my head goes completely blank. But what I was up at like 4 this morning, contemplating money, contemplating what I need to do, contemplating priorities, contemplating what needs to be done, what's already been done, what can I take off the list, and try and work out what's what and what I need to do. So I'm much more in order now, and I've got an idea of how I want things to play out, but it means moving things around in the tiny bear cave here. So that's what we've begun doing this morning after porridge. So we've been we've been sorting out all those things that need sorting out and moving things like the art and craft stuff. My toolbox is now sat at the door waiting to go back somewhere that's more appropriate, because it can't go there, because for shelves to go in the corner for everything else to be able to go, the toolbox can no longer go there, which means I might have to sacrifice my desk for my toolbox. But I love my tools, and my tools come first. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I've been asked to think a lot recently, by the universe, by circumstances, and through what people have said, the questions that have been asked about what does it take to stay, you know, what do you need, what are your expectations of people? Because it seems that for most people, what I've expected, which is the co-commitment, isn't really enough. It doesn't contain enough information, enough guidance or advice, because it's so loose. And I didn't want to be a dictator. I don't want to lead a community. I don't want to be a leader, and I don't want anyone else to be either. It's not about ego. I've got skills, but so's everyone else. You know what I mean? And we've all got specialisms. So it's not about doing as I say, but it's getting to the stage where there's things in place that aren't specific enough or need extra talking about. The orange tree branch was dead, so that's coming here to go with the other one and the tyres. And we've now got 3 new community members. As you know, Bear, who's tied up because he was barking at the chickens, so he's come to sit with them to get used to his new family members, haven't you, Mr. Bear? Hey? And as you see here they are. Wednesday, Morticia and Grandma. They're just in here for now, just because the stock fence is quite big and they're quite small. So they're not quite fully grown yet, but they're not quite babies. Hello. So they've got a roost, and they've got bales of hay to hang out on, got a tyre to play on, and they've got water and food, and a pipe, just because maybe chickens like to have a pipe, who knows. But there you go, that's what they have, and it's all in the shelter, so that when it rains in the week they'll be nice and dry. As you can see, today has been a bit of a swap round. So now we've got the green man hanging out more to the left. the pictures have moved Pussy and Stay Wild onto the wall, well, the edge of the wall of the shelves. And now we've got all those shelves all high up with all the art and craft stuff, well, almost all the art and craft stuff at the bottom, and then the space for the seeds to get sorted out for up top and the gardening stuff. And then we've got my toolbox, pride of place on the desk, printer underneath there. Don't need it out until we got a plug socket to plug it into. That picture will go on the wall there. So it's really coming together nicely. There's my bag from Roadkill Fox, made by Tara. It's amazing, thanks Tara. Yeah, nothing should ever go to waste. Nothing should be killed for sport. So everything should be humane and ethical. I'm really pleased the way it's finally coming together. We've got potatoes boiling on the stove, and we've got stew, cabbage and carrots and sweet potato and stuff all ready to go with on top of the mashed potato. And finally, if you look there, the pumpkins are cooking in the oven and have been all day, and they're lovely and just waiting for us. Well, it's evening and we've had a crazy tea. We had last night's chilli. I forgot again about the pumpkin and the squash, so it looks like everyone's on pumpkin and squash midnight feasts. And we had like a stew with mashed potato, which was lovely. And then I was making me cups of tea after that, because I always make a cup of tea after the meal. And then I realised that I was pouring olive oil into the kettle. Like, I can't see in here. It was pitch black. And you know, one of the lads was using the torch to do the washing, and I thought I'd picked up the bottle of water, but the olive oil's in a similar bottle, and I'd not checked the colour of the cap. I'd not thought. I just picked up, and I thought, oh, and then I was like, shit, olive oil in the kettle. So with the joys of not being able to see properly in the dark. So obviously the kettle's been cleaned and olive oil's been removed. And it's all good. Chickens have gone to bed for the night. They're dead easy to catch. They're lovely, lovely chickens. One of the lads just been sat in with chickens, just enjoying, just sitting there, and they're enjoying his company, and he's just watching them and they're watching him, and they're just being present with each other, which is beautiful. So yeah, that's cool as. Batty's crashed out. Elsa and Bear have gone for a walk now. While I finally put the kettle on and brew up. But it's really looking okay in here tonight. Brand new torch batteries. So I'm happy about that too, because I can see you. You can see me too, which is awesome. And then kind of got a little bit of things planned for tomorrow, but the lads, it's their day off. They're going to go and have some father-son time. So, not really quite sure exactly what I'm doing, but I'm sure I'll get up to something. And all being well. So, off I toddle to finish off the cups of tea and settle into bed with Mr. Batty. Yeah, I forgot to say, Elsa tried to eat a chicken, like putting them away, and she dived at it. She dived at the chicken, and I stuck my arm in her mouth to stop her, because she won't bite me. I know she won't. So as she's gone in, and I've like used my reflexes to block her, it wasn't like consciously sticking my arm in her mouth. I put my arm, and she's, you know, I obviously was aiming for somewhere around the face area to stop, and she backed off, so I growled at her big time. But this was supposed to be a dog that's good with all animals that came from a yard full of animals, so I don't know how they've got on with her all these years with her on a chain, and the chickens roaming and everything else roaming. No idea. But never mind. Anyway, back to the plot. I'm off to brew up. Tea time before bed. Boys will be back shortly with Bear and Elsa. And please subscribe to the channel. Please stick a like if you like it. Send us a comment. It was great to hear from you. And we will update you with further news and keep you in the loop with all things at Creative Rootz. Okay, big loves. Night night.